Good morning. Happy Monday. We made it through the first 7 days. Yay, us. Like, seriously. 7 days. We are on day 8. Lesson number 8. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This idea is, of course, the only reason why you see only the past. No one really sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. The mind's preoccupation with the past is the cause of the misconception about time from which your seeing suffers. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. It, therefore, cannot understand time and cannot, in fact, understand anything. The one wholly true thought one can hold about the past is that it is not there. That it is not here. To think about it at all is therefore to think about illusions. Very few have realized what is actually entailed in picturing the past or in anticipating the future. The mind is actually blank when it does this because it is not really thinking about anything. The purpose of the exercises for today is to begin to train your mind to recognize when it is not really thinking at all. While thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind, the truth is blocked. Recognizing that your mind has been merely blank rather than believing that it is filled with real ideas is the first step to opening the way to vision. The exercises for today should be done with eyes closed. This is because you actually cannot see anything. And it is easier to recognize that no matter how vividly you may picture a thought, you are not seeing anything. With as little investment as possible, search your mind for the usual minute or so, merely noting the thoughts you find there. Name each one by the central figure or theme it contains, and pass on to the next. Introduce the practice period by saying, I seem to be thinking about blank. Then name each of your thoughts specifically. For example, I seem to be thinking about the name of a person, about name of an object, about name of an emotion, and so on, concluding at the end of the mind searching period with, but my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This can be done 4 or 5 times during the day, unless you find it irritates you. If you find it trying, 3 or 4 times is sufficient. You might find it helpful, however, to include your irritation or any emotion that the idea for today may induce in the mind searching itself. So I'm feeling pulled to kind of break this apart piece by piece because it delves into some quantum physics, delves into the idea that things we've always thought to be real are not. So I'm going to kind of break it down piece by piece from my understanding of it and my perception. And I hope that this helps you. This is a super freeing lesson when we learn it. The idea that nothing's real. The only thing that's real is right here and right now. And then that's past. And then that's past. And then that's past. Nothing is real. My idea of the past is just imaginary. It's my interpretation of it. And that interpretation changes within myself so many times as time moves on, because I gain different insights, I gain different learning, I gain different skills, I gain different perceptions, which in turn changes my perception of the past. My perception of a past event when I was 5 from right here and right now is different than my perception when it actually happened, or from when I was 10, or when I'm 15, or 22. And that doesn't make any of it any less real because none of it's real. It's just a perception and interpretation. So starting from the beginning, no one really sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outwards. Our experience of life is a culmination of thoughts, beliefs, identities, skills, capabilities, definitions, all of that which we've created over our lifetime. No experience is the same for any two people. Hell, we can even try experiencing the same thing twice in our life, and it will be drastically different. And that's because we change. And that's because our experience of the world is not the real world. Now, I could go into a whole hour's worth of conversation about that, and we can get down a really trippy rabbit hole, but we'll keep it right there for right now. Now, the thoughts projected outward, our experience, our perception, all of that is created by the thoughts, the beliefs, the definitions, the meanings, the stories that we've created, and all of those were created based on the past, which is why this is saying all we're seeing is the past. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. Everything is built from past experience. This is why childlike wonder and awe is such a valuable tool for expansion, such a valuable tool for change and transformation, because it allows yourself to open, to allow the experience to become for you instead of you trying to create the experience or molding the experience to become what you think it should be based on your beliefs. Then we go down here. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. It therefore cannot understand time and cannot, in fact, understand anything. Right here, right now, is the only time that exists. When you have a memory about the past, you're bringing the past into the right here, right now, and it's being perceived from who you are right here, right now. I like to call remembering a form of time travel. Same thing with imagination, right? Creating the future, imagineering the future. It's a form of time travel because you get to travel in time and recreate experiences or create experiences, and all of that happens from right here, right now. Like, our minds are time machines. But right here, right now, to me, the freedom, the work to gain freedom is the releasing of our tendency to automatically go into what's called the default mode network. And that's leaning into our assumptions, our expectations, creating what we expect to see. And that's what this work is here. First, identifying that we are creating what we want to see, that we are pulling from the past, acknowledging that. So when we acknowledge that that's a thing happening, then we can change it, then we can release it. So in owning that the past isn't real, owning that our mind is blank when we're thinking about the past, that gives us a blank canvas. This is going to be super, super interesting. Oh, while thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind, the truth is blocked. The truth is blocked. Truth is such an interesting word. There's different versions of the truth. As you walk through life, everybody has their own version of the truth. What is truth? What is truth for you may not be what's truth for me, but that doesn't mean that it's not your truth. What's truth for me today may not be what truth is to me tomorrow. And that doesn't make what's true for me today any less true. We change. We're flowing beings. And I also believe that we are all headed for the same place. We all have the same goal, whether we're using religions, whether we're using spirituality, whether we're using being of service, meditation, yoga, self-care, self-development, whatever it is. We are all going to the same place. We just describe that place with different words. And the journey to get there looks a little different for each of us because we're all different. And this is the beauty of being in connection and doing this together, is that we get to expand our perception by taking in others. I get to learn from you what I don't have in myself, and you get to learn from me what you don't have in yourself. We get to teach each other by being, just by being ourselves. We don't have to be anything else. So stepping into that truth of today, right here, right now, in this moment. And that's what this work is. Find happiness, find joy, find love, find fun, find freedom. Embrace all of those as often as you can, as deeply as you can. That's how expansion is created. Compassion, grace, acceptance. When someone is having a difficult time, when someone is upset, or going through fear or insecurities, and maybe is projecting that onto you, this is where this work comes in beautifully. Because then you get to take a step back, not get defensive, not justify, because you know you're loved. You know who you are. And you get to hold that reflection to them, that they are loved, that they deserve grace, that they deserve compassion, that they deserve to be embraced, that they deserve to be supported and given what they need. Gentleness, tenderness. They deserve to be wrapped in love. And then it's all worth it. To be able to project that no matter what's given to them. That took a detour. I don't know what happened. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. Again, I would love to hear your interpretations. If you have memes that you think fit or that resonate and you want to share with the group, if you have any comments, if you have any testimonials, or want to share experiences, or having a difficult time and would love some support, like reach out. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.